So I'm gonna explain kitchen cabinets to y'all. Let's see. Okay, so if you come to the architecture notebook, here it shows um, here it shows a section of the wall cabinets, so or our cabinets in general. So here you have a 36-inch tall, including countertop and base cabinet. So from this very point to the very top of the countertop, you can see it right here, to the very bottom on the floor is 36 inches, and 36 inches is absolutely necessary for the kitchen countertops. Or I'm sorry, for the base like kitchen cabinets. The 18 inches divides the from the top of the countertop to the beginning of the wall cabinets. So 18 inches between base and wall cabinets, so there should be a distance of 18 inches. Here's the where it shows it, 1 foot 6 inches, 18 inches. And then you have your wall cabinets. The distance of these wall cabinets, like the height, depends on how tall your wall is. But however, the depth is usually 12 or 13 inches. These depths on the base cabinets are 24 inches, which are 2 feet. It does go in slightly by 3 inches at the base, and that's so when you walk, like your shoe doesn't touch the, well, there's like a little toe kick, so your shoe or your toe or whatever doesn't hit the cabinet. That's what the toe kick is for. And then you have your counter, like your slab of countertop. Maybe it's wood, maybe it's concrete, maybe it's like quartz, marble, granite. That's the countertop. So cabinets come in specific sizings. Like if you go to any cabinet dealer, Home Depot, Lowe's, that type of stuff, there's always a like a universal dimension. So the base and the wall cabinets, these are the widths. They come in all these widths and they're in increments of threes. And then obviously, like I said, the wall cabinets, depending on your height of your walls in your house, the heights can change as well. So here's your kitchen base cabinet. So these are like elevations. You could see they go from 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, I mean all the way up to 48. You can see how the bigger they get, the more they have to cut in half, because you see how these are all single doors and drawers, and then once you hit 24 inches you have to double it. That's because if you have like let's say this was a single, you would have to a 2 foot like cabinet door swinging out, and that's just, it's not functional, it'll break, it's not functional like that, so they do have to start cutting them in half. But these are the basic cabinets that they sell them in, the standard sizes. And then wall cabinets as well, they just come in different heights for different heights of different homes. So then here's what you're going to get on your SketchUp model. I gave you some basic ones. You can tell that they're already with your selection tool. They're all in their own groups, and they go at the widths, the standard widths that I just showed you on the architecture notebook. So obviously the ones on top are your wall cabinets, and the ones at the bottom are your base cabinets. So I gave you two options. I gave you some basic ones for a more clean kitchen, or if you want to even make your own cabinets, you could use this as a like a template. The widths, the heights are good. You just have to, make your own faces. If you'd like, I have them made for you here, and there's a bunch of options. So all these, like this area, and this area are all base cabinets. They're just all different types of styles. And then obviously up here are your upper cabinets, your wall cabinets. So these are just kind of like, doors. These have drawers on top and doors, and these are only drawers. So yeah, they're all these front 3 are the same width. And then there's just a couple options. So these are a little more traditional. These might be a little more modern or clean. But however you want the style, here are your options. I saved these two so I could kind of show you how I do it, just in case you wanted to edit these, or just in case you needed to edit it for any reason. But these are kind of how you make them. So I double click into the group, and I'm going to do an offset of 2 inches. This is what you call a shaker style cabinet, and this is what I'm showing you kind of how I made the others. And then all I did was get my push and pull tool, and I pushed it in 1/8 of an inch, and that's it. It's just to give it like dimension, and it's a type of style. Here's a wider one where I would need to cut in half. So all I do is find the midpoint with my pen, cut it in half, and I do the offset still on one side, 2 inches, in addition to the other side, oops, at 2 inches. And then I've got the push and pull, and same thing, 1/8 of an inch, and then 1/8 of an inch. So that's, if you wanted to edit these, you definitely can. That would be kind of the process of doing it. So those are your cabinets, and you could kind of just pick and choose, like copy whichever ones you would like and go place in your own kitchen. And I have an example to show you over here. But one last thing, a countertop. So you have your countertop. I have it placed for you right here. Let me make sure it's correct before I give it to you. Okay, so you can see how back over here I told you that the countertop obviously goes on top of the base cabinets. The countertop is usually 1.5 inches, so I gave you a 1.5 inch thick countertop. And you're going to notice that it does overhang. It should not be flush with the cabinets. It does need to overhang. So don't think it's wrong. That's how cabinets are, and that's how the slabs of stone, if you do stone, look when you put on top of a cabinet. So of course you can take this, copy and paste it. Let's say your cabinets aren't, or your wall cabinets aren't as long. However, you shouldn't be changing like the depth this way, but you can, if you'd like to copy and paste it, you can double click into it, and you could always change the length by selecting the surface, getting your push and pull tool, and making it however short you need it for your countertops, or long. See? Okay, put it back. So this is an example over here. So all I did was grabbed a couple of these over here, and I pasted them and rotated them. So I grabbed one, pasted it, and then here's where the corners come in. Usually there's just like a little support piece. So the stone or the countertop, whatever you have as your countertop surface, can sit on. But you normally see back here unless you have like one of those corner pieces. You can make a corner piece. I'm not going to make one for you, or you could do this right here. So basically you just grab it, place it on the wall for a corner piece. Then you could get another piece, whatever length you want, does not have to match this one. Rotate it and kind of connect it. So what happens normally is, if you're thinking about how's it going to open if it's right up against it, yes, there's some, you might have to leave an inch or two, but we're not going to get all technical. This is basically the concept. You understand how it is. And same thing for the upper cabinets. Copy and paste one, rotate it, just put it right along it. And again, doesn't have to be the same size. whatever you like your kitchen, whatever you would want your kitchen to look like. And then, so you don't see this like weird gap, you would just copy and paste the countertop on it to fit. And all I did was push and pull to make this fit, and I could see my overhang. Okay, now if I wanted to add this corner over here, I definitely can, and I will do that right now, but I need to finish this wall with cabinets. So I'm just gonna go grab, let's see, let's just say this one. Rotate my move. If I grab it from that corner, it'll just snap into the other one. And then let's say I want this one again. Let's see. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay, I'm actually glad I did that. So let's say you go grab a wall cabinet. All I would do is put it right there on top of your countertop. And remember that there's an 18-inch distance between the top of the countertop and between the bottom of the wall. So I would just place it there. And if I get my move tool, click it and go on the up direction, I can type 18 inches and it'll automatically give me that distance. So the distance is 18 inches. And let me check that. Correct, 1 foot 6 inches, so that's our distance. Now I can Control C, Control V. And I can rotate this wall cabinet. Oh my God. Okay, so let's say I want to paste another one. I could just keep on connecting them together. And again, they don't have to be the same size, but for the sake of this example, I just pasted a bunch. And ideally, it would be best if your wall cabinet aligns with your base cabinet, so it's flush. Okay, let's say that's done. And I needed to turn the corner for the countertop. I would just double click the countertop. And here's where you have to remember. I'm just going to do a line. You see where it intersects with the base cabinet? I'm going to go up. And I'm going to pull it out. And it's perfect. It can be flush on the sides, but in the front it needs that overhang. And the overhang has a distance of ½ inch. So I need to remember that I need to come over here, get the push and pull tool again. And for this part only, I'm going to go out and bring it out ½ inch. And now it has the overhang that I need. Okay. So this is starting to look like a kitchen. We can fix that later. Starting to look like a kitchen. Of course, I would want you to paint your countertop to whatever material it's going to be, and add hardware to your cabinets. So hardware, if you just go to this is a really tedious part that can take some time. If you go to cabinet hardware. Let's try this one. I haven't tried it yet. Okay, cabinet hardware will give you, hardware for your cabinets. So you can pick what you would like and add hardware to your cabinets. If you do like products and models, I don't know what the difference is, but I find that it gives you options. So I think these are really pretty. I'm going to download it. Gives me 3 options. I don't need all 3 right now. I'll probably just leave it there. Double click into it, copy this one, and then place it on this one. There we go. I might need to rotate it. Let's see. Okay, so I need to rotate it. And I need to rotate it this way as well. Then I can move it, make sure it's right on the cabinet. Oh, why is it moving it the way? There we go. And I would, if you don't know where hardware goes, just Google examples, and you'll see what looks good, and you can place where you want it. Okay. So this is a good one. And then, so that's good. And I would just, if I could do it to 1, and I could get the dimensions. It's not. Oh yeah, that is. So I have 1 3/8 inch away from the edge of it. So then I would go to every other one and do 1 3/8 inch. Or maybe I do need it horizontally because I'm going to put it on drawers. So maybe I need to put it on drawers and I need to put it on the cabinets. Or maybe I only have drawers and they all need to go horizontally. Or maybe these little knobs are something that I want. So when it's just like this little thing, it's called like a knob. And when it's this thing, it's called a pull. So a drawer pull or a cabinet pull or a cabinet knob or a drawer knob. So those are kind of the differences. So I do need hardware on every single cabinet that you put on. And I also need the cabinet colored. So it could be paint, wood, whichever you'd like, but it does need to have a color. Okay. And for reference, this was an 8-foot wall, so your cabinets will definitely fit on these walls. So be creative with it. Think about, obviously, cabinets go on the walls, and you could also do an island. So like pretend this is an island. If I wanted a countertop, literally, let's see, like on here, like I can make an island. It's just how I want it. If I want like a bigger island, well then think about like I can do this. Like let's see, rotate these. And you can do these with any cabinets. This is just a real quick example. Oops. I know it needs to have an overhang, but for the sake of this example, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so maybe you want like a huge island. Like that's how islands are made on top of the cabinets, you see? Oh, I didn't know I got it that high, but that's what I'm saying. Like you can be as creative as you'd like. Of course, they go on walls, but you can do islands, however you'd like. You can even do open shelving, but there still needs to be some wall cabinets, okay? That's it, and use your architecture notebook for any references.